So, Sam,
What?
we didn't get time to discuss this yesterday.
Yes.
General thoughts on auditions yesterday?
Well, I mean, there were so many people here that it's hard to tell who's, in the running for anything. There were 3 people here yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're hoping for a bigger turnout today. But the 3 people that were here were very good. So that's good.
My name's Chris Rusen. I'm going to be singing Where I Want to Be from Chess. Now I'm where I want to be and who I want to be and doing what I always said I would, and yet I feel I haven't won it all. Running for my life and never looking back in case there's someone right behind to shoot me down and say he always knew I'd fall.
And all the harm that e'er I done, alas, it was to none but me.
I sat within the valley green, I sat there with my true love, my sad heart struggled to between the old love and the new love, and I felt for her the new that made me think of dearly, while softly blew the wind, the wind that shakes the night.
Thank you.
Thoughts on anyone in particular, individually?
Individually, strangely enough, one of my favorite readings of the evening was Emily as Dr. Horrible. I thought she made some great choices, especially when she was talking at the very end with Moist, when Moist is making suggestions on who Dr. Horrible should kill.
I deserve to get in, you know I do, but killing? Really?
Hourglass knows a kid in Iowa that grows up to be president. That'd be big.
I'm not gonna kill a little kid.
Smother an old lady.
Do I even know you?
Alright, thank you. I thought Emily did really well at that part. I was like, too bad I'm not considering you for Dr. Horrible. And then I thought for a moment, I was like, am I considering her for Dr. Horrible? And then...
No, you're not.
Well, then we could make Penny Kenny, and then... just gender flip the entire show.
Yes, that would go over swimmingly.
Fan fiction writers would love it.
That's true.
Did I just alienate all of the fiction writers who are going to be watching this blog? I have nothing against that. I dated a fan fiction writer. No, yeah, I thought that was good. Eric, I liked Eric's reading for Captain Hammer.
Well, I've got to get back to the soup kitchen. More hungry mouths to feed. Would you maybe want to come along?
Oh, I would love to, but I got a bridge dedication to prepare for. Gotta warm up the old autographing hand. Besides, that soup guy in there smelled like human.
You can swing by after the bridge dedication.
I would, but this is looking like an all-day sort of deal. Old ladies want to thank me, puppies a kiss, you know the drill. But I'll swing by the laundromat tomorrow to visit you.
Great, I can introduce you to my friend Billy. Well, have a nice bridge dedication.
And you have a great homeless day.
Creepily close, but that's...
I believe the phrase that Eric himself used was he's very faithful to the source material. He played it a lot like Nathan Fillion, which is good and bad. On one hand, it was therefore great because Nathan Fillion did it very well. But then I have to take into consideration, is that what I want? Do I want it just like that, or do I want someone to put their own original spin on it? The problem is most people who put an original spin on that part, who I've seen on like YouTube, oh god, they're gonna watch this because this is going on YouTube too. Sorry, I have not seen a whole lot of great Captain Hammers. I'll say it. Hey internet, bring some good Captain Hammers next time. I've seen a couple of decent ones, but no one has wowed me yet, except for Nathan Fillion. So he sets a pretty high bar. Nathan Fillion does, which is why I can't really call Eric doing it like that a bad thing, because he was much more enjoyable to watch do that part than a lot of people that I've seen do it in the live shows.
We had Chris, who at first was definitely going to get the part of Dr. Horrible.
Yeah, Chris
then
was
stood
originally precast as Dr. Horrible, because it was his idea. He was the first person. He approached me and said, "Hey," because he had to dye his hair blonde for Rent, and so he was blonde, and so jokingly he kind of came to me and was like, "Hey, Sam, I'm blonde now. Let's do Dr. Horrible." And I was like, "Okay." And so here we are, like 3 months later, actually doing it. But yeah, so he was originally precast as Dr. Horrible, just because I knew that he could do it, and I having to worry about trying to find someone is one of my biggest concerns. So I was glad to not have that worry at first. So I was just gonna have that out of the way, audition people because I've never run auditions before, audition people around him, for chemistry, and it was gonna make my life infinitely easier. But then this thing kind of got bigger than we initially planned. And as it got bigger, me and Chris actually kind of thought around the same lines, and I was glad he brought it up because it would be way less awkward then. Was he basically stepped down as being precast? He said, you don't have to stay true to that precasting me, like he was like, I will come in, I'll audition, which is great on several levels. One, having someone precast is not great. I didn't, part of me didn't like doing that to begin with, just because as an actor who auditions for stuff, that's never fun. Like, who would come out here if they didn't have a shot at that? But also that way, if he gets the role, he will have earned it. Because when I do auditions, I want them fair. I want the best people to do it. If they're also my friends, great. And if two people are tied of how good they are, I'll probably go with somebody who I know, just because reliability is a big thing in theater, which is why with a lot of directors in town, once you've been cast with them once, you'll continue to get cast with them, because knowing people is big, but I also want this to be good. But yeah, Chris did very well, and he was the only one we had suicide last night. Everyone else was up for a thing. Chris suicided for the principals, Dr. Horrible, Captain Hammer, and Moist, and also Sam, which is me. There's one part of our version of the show, because we're making everything bigger, when we're adding in a couple songs from commentary during the act breaks, where Sam comes on, me being the director will come on, have kind of breaking the fourth wall conversations with actors, and do that, and so I'll and then sing during the second act break, sing "Heartbroken" from commentary, the Joss Whedon song, and Chris suicided for that role as well, which I think is funny, and then also I will probably consider him for that as well, because as much as I want to be in the show, I also, it's one of those things like, don't like directors put themselves in the show unless they're good. Kurt's shaking his head, which is not a good sign.
No.
Is it really 7:10? Getting there? We should probably get ready. We'll pick this up later.
Yeah.